guys, welcome to, I would say, a positive, enlightening video, but I highly doubt it. This whole fucking weekend sucks, or has sucked, and I'm gonna end it on a weak note. We're gonna be looking at Hurricane High Gravity, 8.1%, 25 fluid ounces of shit in a can. Then again, maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe it'll be the first thing I bought for $1.50 that was good. I mean, after all, it is more expensive than Joey's mom. Okay, just like with Joey's mom, we're starting off with lots of head. It smells like beer. Yeah. Cheers. Kind of tastes like you took a little bit of beer and mixed some grappa in it. Well, I got the drink out of the way. Comments. First was Otis 71 saying nice. Then Otis 71 saying first. And then, of course, Multi-Gunman looking for a medal because he was the first reply to the first comment. Otis, let's do a shot. And then Multi-Gunman being a protagonist by wanting a shot of whiskey followed by a 357 Magnum shot. First things being that I know everybody says they stay forever, but I can't imagine everybody watching an hour-long brew review, but you know, I'm still here doing them. First things first is some accounting. I am pulling my SKS off of Snowflake Melter. I appreciate the 4 people that cared, but you were the only 4, and that's fine. I'll get in touch with each of you. One of 2 things can happen. I can send you the money back, or making sure that John Solar and me keep an active record on this, and the next thing that we do, you can either apply it to that. Guys, let me know, but I'm not going to waste my time and your time on something that I really like, and you know, and then, you know, never mind. I won't even go there. All I'm saying is that I was talking to John Solar about it, and go ahead and look at what it would cost to build it. So. And it only takes one person to win, but Snowflake, the SKS is gone. I gotta get in touch with John. Probably by the time you see this, I'll just have him put some whatever note on there, but yeah, the SKS is gone from Snowflake Melter. Sorry about that, guys. Jolson, first one that counts. Ouch, need some rub some ointment on that bun. Laugh out loud. Read more with no read more. Oh yeah, that's right. I was encouraged to do some whiskey. Sorry. Rich Huff, cheers all. I'm drinking Bell's Hop Solution Ale. Pretty good. There's really nothing I've had from Bell's that I don't like, except for Jolson. I'm drinking a Red's Peach Ale. Laugh out loud. I've had things from Reds that I've liked. I mean, sometimes you just get in the mood where, you know, you just maybe don't want beer or whiskey or vodka, and it's just nice to have a few things like that. They serve their purpose, Jolson. I would probably be drinking them happily right now as opposed to this. Oh yeah, whiskey. Well, I I did a little bartering with my neighbor. A lot of you guys know my friend Matt from this direction, and he was at some kind of event, and they had evidently they had a dart thing, and of course, you know, he plays pool and shoots darts, and you know, hangs out in bars. You know, he's younger and enjoys that kind of shit. And what he didn't know is that when, you know, somehow he didn't realize that when he was hitting these balloons, he was like winning the shit, and the last thing that he really wanted was alcohol. So last night I traded him some future firearm work into those alphabets that are listening to this. It'll probably be something suppressed in full auto, and it'll probably shoot depleted uranium rounds that buzz when they hit. So either way, I traded a thing of got some aged whiskey right there, and the other one is rye whiskey. So I think because this one is more color matched to the to my shirt, I'll have a little rye. And it's Runestone Straight Rye Whiskey, Spirits of Discovery. I think that says 86%. Oh, and Minnesota rye and 14 malted rye. This is actually a product of this shithole state that I live in. Doesn't say exactly where, but it really doesn't matter. I've seen some other stuff made locally, and after talking to several of my buddies that either manage or work at the various liquor stores that I frequent, told me that it's definitely not priced in comparison to the quality, which doesn't surprise me. Cheers, guys. The rye isn't bad. Maybe if I try to not drink the whole thing, if Mr. Holster is ever my way, he can give me his seal of disgust or approval, depending on which way it rolls. Lunatic Dad, that thumbnail, ooh, now I'm ready to watch you pour me a brew. Lunatic Dad, cheers, my friend. I'm always fascinated with his videos, and like I've said, if you are not subbed to Lunatic Dad, please go over, give him some love. Almost all of the videos, I mean, I don't know if I'm missing the stuff where the kid is fucking with him, but it seems like all of his videos are primarily just trying to get, you know, us fellow people together. You know, there's a lot of gamers, but I know quite a few of you guys. I know Real Cobra Burnout and Ed usually go over when Lunatic Dad is doing one of his marathon live feeds. But Lunatic Dad, if you see this well, this is about right for you. You know, a nice high octane, low quality beer. Rich Huff side boob is okay. I approve. Not quite as much showing, but you know, I went for it again. Stalker Steve, holy shit, 6th. Ed, 6th. Now, I'm not exactly sure, Ed. Stalker Steve, you're making that face again. Uh-huh. Joey Cuz, bro, what the fuck? Ed, oh hell yeah, side boob. Multi-gunman bonus. Matt Davis, hemp beer is not only good, but later you'll see how lemon beer tastes. I've heard of the hemp product or beer, but I have actually never had to try it, or never tried it. Had to try it. That sounded like it was like a gunpoint thing. Stalker Steve, had to leave at 11 minutes and 50 seconds to listen to Locked and Loaded for a while. BBS, be back soon. Rich Huff, if you ever do have a Drinkapalooza, please invite me. I'd take off time from work without pay to attend and participate. I think it could be a fun time. Gillian 426, you can't handle the brew gal. But I'd like to try. Multi-gunman, well, it's about fucking time I made it here on time. Yeah, that is weird. Gillian 426, $125 is quite a bit for ammo, but if I had the money, I would buy them. My video camera isn't working well to do videos. Well, we'd be happy just to have sound. What Mike is referring to is I gave you guys a link. I'll put it down below. I haven't been told by Jay if if any have sold or none has sold. I mean, if I went and put up a post on Facebook and said that I'm selling 9 boxes of this ammo to help raise money to help a illegal alien who viciously raped and murdered an American woman and then left her body for trash, we probably would have already sold it all. No, seriously. Jay had a bunch of that 5.56 ammo with the T6B heads on it that I showed you. I can't show you anymore because I sent it to the winner, and that was Rich Huff. Well, actually, I can show you the little version, which by now, if you haven't noticed it, you never will. But yeah, that's the T6B, and Jay has it's a 50-round count. And he's selling what he has, and he's also sending me a bunch of it to put in a PMag, and then I'm gonna give it away somehow. I'd like it to be in the form of a VR. You know, maybe Mike, what I can do is if you leave a comment, you're in the raffle for the ammunition and the PMag. And if you do a VR, maybe I'll throw in another PMag or some item, whatever. But I understand that everyone has problems, but not to offend anybody, but with today's technology, I mean, for Christ's sakes, I could fire up. Samantha gave me an old flip phone, and I can still power the thing up and make a recording, log into Wi-Fi, and upload it to my channel, and that's like old technology. I apologize if this brew review isn't as positive and uplifting as possible, but like I said, this weekend is pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to take it as a redo and not go to work for the next couple of days and, try to find a more positive outlook. But, it's just, have you ever had one of those moments where no matter what you fucking did, nothing worked out? I tried to do a little something for an item that I wanted to purchase, and no matter what I did, that didn't work out. I got a call from Walmart, and they told me that the new lenses, because the lenses that I paid $400 and something for, that I told them I'm in construction and I wanted the most scratch resistant product they had, in less than a few months were basically fucked up. And so under their warranty, they ordered me another set. Believe it or not, there is a fucking scratch on this that I note. First of all, they didn't get them cleaned worth a shit, so they weren't cleaned very well. I get out to the car and I use a microfiber thing just like I'm supposed to, and as I'm cleaning it, I uncover a scratch in the lens of the brand new glasses. It's just like... So it's pretty much been a trickle-down fuckonomics weekend for me, all ending on a such a serious high note as this high-octane brew. Muzzle first, I vote we give Molly's dad 30 minutes in the jail cell with that illegal fuck. That's, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. Personally, if it was me, I'd only want more time, because I would just like my intentions to be known a little bit longer than 30 minutes. Speaking of awesome daughters, though, not all is terrible. My youngest one, my little Sammy Poo, she recently switched jobs. She worked for a local Toyota dealership that, it's a typical scenario where you got the top level, the owners that just walk around with their blindfolds on and don't realize that, at the bottom of the pile, they have some of the greatest people working for them, but the person in the middle is a complete dipshit, and the people that he endorses are the ones that couldn't. As a mechanic, you'd think you'd know some of the most basic things, like, say, how to ignite a torch. Yeah, so long story short, Sam left the Toyota dealership, and she works for a small mom and pop local garage who has one hell of a following. They've now, I think, had to upgrade their facilities. They're on, I think, the 3rd location. They would be even in a bigger one as we speak, but the like people like our city council and the mayor of Duluth, Emily Larson, they're too busy worrying about bike trails and making sure that they pass laws called the Sick and Safe Act. Seriously, if you want to see some fucked up shit that goes on down here, go to Google and search for Safe and Sick Act, Duluth, Minnesota, and then just sit back and drink and giggle and wonder why the population continues to decrease, even though they keep counting a bigger area to try to keep that number as big as possible, even though it's going away. So yeah, Emily Larson, you're pretty much a libtard idiot, and people like my daughter's boss, who wanted to build a garage. There was so many things. It was something like $100,000 air filter that had to be put on top of the building, and that was just one of the regulations that were being required. So yeah, so they're in a new location, and this morning she came and picked up my Toyota, and it needed an O2 sensor on bank 2. She replaced that. She put in a new speedometer cable, because somehow my truck made it 140,000 miles on the original one, and then the one that I had put in by a friend of mine about, I don't know, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I'll say 10,000 miles ago, broke. So Sam put in a new, and Corey. Corey's a good kid. Put in a new speedometer cable, changed the O2 sensor. Did an oil change on it because the speedometer cable's been broken for a while, so I've had no cruise or free mileage. So I didn't know how many miles have been on it. And then on top of it, they stop on the way home and topped off the fuel tank. So no matter how bad it gets, it's this moment in time that you have to at least appreciate your family and the loved ones, and get through the other bullshit and realize how great things really are. And you guys are a part of that, and I appreciate it. And on a sad note, by now you probably already know that there was another shooting in Florida at some gaming convention, a football gaming convention, so it wasn't even like a gun-related one. At least, maybe. I mean, maybe they do a celebratory dance in the end zone and fire an AK-47 into the crowd. I don't know. But that sounds like, four people dead, and I think one of those four is the shooter, which is a good thing, except for, it's always nice if they could actually talk to the guy and find out why, and then cap him. And then I think I've seen reports of 11 injured. So, yeah, once again, a vagina with a gun. Rich from Master 212, yes, here at work, just one more hour to go. By now I'm hoping you're done. Mike again, Gillian. Lily tells me about you, Eric. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mike. Aunt Ket's, son of a ball bag, I've lost my mojo, 28th. Sorry, Aunt Ket. Aunt Ket spent the last 3 days splitting and stacking firewood and hydrating with a Labatt's Blue. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're keeping hydrated. Not a bad beer to cool down and hydrate with after cutting up a few oak trees. Oh no, some of the shittiest beer. Oh, I think I've told you guys a story when I was in high school. Me and my friend Joe used to go up to the iron range, and bale hay at my aunt and uncle's farm. And after working, 16, 18 hours in the sun, throwing hay bales from the baler up onto the or from the trailer to the back of the trailer where the rest of the people stack shit, after 16 18 hour day, me and Joe used to get to split a Old Milwaukee, and I tell you, that really tasted good. Okay. J-Dog here from work, just finished Locked and Loaded. Aunt Keck, someone's daughter was murdered and they don't give a fuck. Aunt Keck, the left is my eternal sworn enemy. Yeah, I understand. Yep, it's a finger, says J-Dog. That's great, thank you. Gunwild 33rd mofos. Smile money? I would not use the illegal alien issue for political gain any more than I condone the use of a school shooting as a justification for more gun control. We need border control for many reasons. One reason is our country is not here for foreigners to take. Remember the Alamo. No, and I know Smile Money's, he feels like I do. Like probably most of us do. Come here legally. Obviously, there's a reason you're coming here, so why do you want to bring your shithole with you? So now that you're here, be a proud American. Learn our culture. You can still remember and have your culture, but don't try to make your fucking culture my culture. If it's so fucking good, then go back. Think about that. Fucking idiots. So, yeah, come here. Be us. Become us. Be proud to be here. Jesus Christ. One of the one of the couples that's in one of the buildings that I do maintenance for. Me and Greg, we could not. I was putting in a hood fan because you picked the nationality. They were cooking some shit that was like, I guess, pissing off the other neighbors. It smelled so bad. When I walked in the house, I was like, holy shit, tons. I do not want any of that. And so we're putting in a hood, carbon filters, and all that kind of shit. But the box, it did not come with a light bulb. And we were trying to explain to this guy, we need a light bulb. We need one of those. I don't have, I still don't think he even understood what it was. If I was holding one in my fucking hand and pointing to the empty outlet, the socket in the hood. The real Cobra burnout. At this point, just switch back to PBR, you'd be happier. I cannot argue with that at all, Cobra. Right now I would be. Matt Davis, what the fuck is wrong with these fucking libtards? List is, I still have to catch Jim's thing. I know when I started talking about this on Locked and Loaded, he said, whoa, 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 you're kind of stealing my thunder. And, sorry, but I still, to this moment in time, stop to think about it. Why would anybody contribute a goddamn dime? Are you so fucking stupid that you maybe didn't understand the story? That you are giving money to help the legal defense for a illegal alien, a bottom-feeding scum animal piece of shit that is in this country, murders a beautiful young lady and leaves her body in a fucking cornfield like a piece of garbage. And you are donating money to that. Go, explain yourself. I'd love to hear it. Explain yourself. Real cool burnout. Hobo chicken means a totally different thing when you are with Joey's mom. You've been warned. Smile money. Seriously, I appreciate the effort that you put into keeping me entertained. It is a lot of effort to keep up with these videos and the radio shows that you do. Thank you. Smile, considering my mood at this very moment in time, that comment would have meant a lot any day, but today it means even more. And I appreciate your friendship and the interaction that we get. I know, you like to keep me on my toes, and I appreciate that because sometimes I need it, and the rest of the time, go fuck yourself. Crazy Scotsman, Brew Babe is a 10. Crazy Scotsman, shit beer is a 0. Crazy Scotsman, sense of your family, and I only have your best intentions at heart. Whiskey. Oh, and I see the next is Gunwild saying the shot glass is hilarious. Gunwild, seriously, when the first thing I saw was like this, and then I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of butt crack. That's really fucking hilarious. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny Concho. And then the next thing I see is I realize that the only way you are getting the alcohol out of this is to be looking at Chavez's beanbag. That's Crazy Scotsman. Crazy Scotsman. Okay, the other one here is double cast straight bourbon whiskey from Rough Rider. In 1898, Teddy Roosevelt, a native Long Islander, organized the United States' first volunteer cavalry known as the Rough Riders. These men cherished adventure, independence, and excellence. Here at Long Island First Craft Distillery, we follow the same beliefs. It's hard to fail, but it's worse never to have tried to succeed. Handcrafted, small batch, 90 proof, 10 years. Not to mention, so last night we're in the after party video chat, which NIHAP you didn't show up for, but that's okay. I won't take it personally because I think a lot of you are telling me that I send invites and nobody gets those either. So John Solar is like looking away for a moment, and I inadvertently I'm staring at the TV or the monitor, and I do this. And I look over, and like that sound was like Pavlov's dog thing. He like looks over and he's like looking at the monitor, and I'm just like, dude. Let's see. Crazy Scotsman, what'd you do with my fucking shot glass? Crazy Scotsman. Oof. Without having the two of them side by side, it initially reminds me of either the Maker's Mark or I don't know. I'd say it reminds me a little. It reminds me of the Maker's Mark. Man, I suppose I should be drinking this. The if anyone's keeping track and you're noticing that I'm not drinking it, that kind of is a sign, isn't it? At least I didn't give that face sucker, Steve. Gunwild, the shot glass is hilarious. Yeah, Gunwild, they need to compensate the money that in that GoFundMe account for the murdering asshole and put it towards the wall. I'm all for that. Ed, the piece of shit, needs to be strung up by his nuts and splashed with acid after suffering a bit, then shot. That's a good start, Ed. Jolson, I would love to win some of that ammo. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, I would love to get some too, but I would probably make up a mag and probably design it somehow that I would know. I mean, you obviously can look, but I would probably do up a if Jay. If I could get some of that some of the good stuff from Jay, I would probably load up a mag and keep it just like my Justin Memorial rifle. The ammo that's in that was that Hornady VMAX that he gave me, never fired around, and it's in the mag that's in that rifle right now as we speak. And I would probably put this mag together just for my pistol, the AR pistol, because that would be what I would use if I felt that shit was really getting bad around here and I needed to have a house gun. It would be my AR pistol. And also, as a side note, I was originally talking to Joey, but you know, there's a few of you that are big time knife fans I might be persuaded into selling one or two things in my my knife collection, because I want to take the Thorsten sleeve off of my AR pistol. Now just remember, when that sleeve went on there, that was about your only option. There was no stabilizing braces. It was a buffer, a round buffer tube, either covered in foam or covered in paracord or whatever the fuck you wanted to cover it, or just the tube. That when the Thorsten sleeve came out, that was a big deal, but it was never what I wanted. And if you guys, I'll probably forget, but do a search for SB Tactical. They are making it's a brace. Looks an awful lot like, here, I'll show you exactly what it looks an awful lot like. Unfortunately, I don't have the real thing, but you guys have all seen the Mission First Tactical. That SB Tactical brace looks very similar to this, right down to the adjuster. It has a lever on it, and you have 5 choices. The kit comes with the buffer tube and everything. It is, in all essence, something that looks just like this, except for, of course, you know, it's got the strap around it, and it can be used as an arm brace, or it can be used looking pretty much just like this, 5-way adjustable. And I want to put that on my pistol, because that is the closest that you can get right now to legally making an SBR without having to beg the alphabets for permission to put a fucking stock on. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my neighbor Matt yesterday, and I hypothetically, I mean, I didn't actually do it because, you know, me, I care so much about and respect the alphabets and our government that I wouldn't actually pop the pins and recreate it right there in front of them. But if you take the pistol upper and stick it on any stock in the collection, even once again, I told you the story about Christine's friend Mary. At the time, very, very liberal. And I showed her my AR pistol attached to the Justin's Final Mission memorial rifle of mine, lower, and you know, just a graphics interpretation, not actually the real thing, because I respect and care about our tyrannical government. So I showed that to Matt last night, and I said, "See this?" He's like, "Yeah, that's an AR pistol." And that's an AR rifle. Now you see that? That right now is, you know, like 8 to 12 years in prison and $20,000 fine. And he's like, who the fuck is the idiot that makes up this shit? He says, what's the fucking difference between the two of those? He goes, is it the same fire control? Yeah. Does it fire the same ammunition? Yeah. Is there anything about it that's different? You put it to your shoulder, you look through your EOTech optic, you put the dot on what you want to hit, and you pull the trigger. So what's the difference? So, yeah, if someone is interested, I swore, most important to myself, that I wasn't going to put anything moving forward on a credit card, but I want to get rid of that Thorsten. Well, I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. It might get used, say, for something else, but my AR pistol is my little baby, and I love that thing. Yeah, she's take a look at the Huber brake on there. It looks like it's a camp stove. But I want to get that SB Tactical in flat dark earth, and one way or the other, I'm going to make it happen, even if I have to go down and whore myself out at the Wesley House. So, if you're interested in something, let me know. Ben N 48th. What the fuck? Yeah, kind of a fall from the house of Usher there, Ben. Over yesterday. JR10. Oh, I get it. Fucking with me with the M1 carbine, huh? Bite me. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'm gonna continue fucking with you because I got it sitting right here. It is. You know, the more I look at it, you know, the more it. You know, it's kind of sexy. I mean, I see why Ruger went in the direction they did with some of their firearms to capture the authentic look of an iconic rifle like the M1 here. I mean, to me, you know, even if they're empty, I always like to look at and goof around with and show rifles and, you know, with their magazine in place, because I think it just looks much more complete like this. But yeah, I guess in order to really be thorough, wow, that feed ramp on this thing really looks like dog shit. I don't know if that's a buildup of copper on there. JR10, maybe you can tell me. I don't know if that's something that maybe I need to put a little love into before I send this back to its rightful owner. But I may have to pick up some ammo and get some range time in. Smile money, don't even just let it be. Let it be. Get some ammo, get some range time in, and just to make sure that, you know, with its brand new barrel, that everything is hunky dory with it. I mean, it was doing some shit that I was actually questioning, and but I don't know shit about these rifles, other than a few of you have jumped my shit saying that this is what I should go nuts for. Again, if this was really mine, Ed, you would have this and I would have your 10mm. And maybe that Kimber too. I mean, since it's worth so much frickin' money, Ed, I'm sorry, I realize I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm part of your family, but I'm gonna have to gouge you for 2 10mm in exchange for this. And the rightful owner of that, you'll understand this comment. Maybe I could be somebody from your past and just make that deal happen, because after all, yeah, except for you'd cap my ass. JR10, Desert Gold again. Valid points from Stephen Bush on the Venom. In Hollison's defense, even though it is not a top-loading battery with 100,000 hour battery life capacity, it would be about 11 years before you had to deal with that issue. As for 2 MOA dot, when you combine that with the 32 MOA circle, similar to the EOTech, you have a much better close quarters combat rifle reticle, and the 2 MOA is much better at distance than a 6 MOA. Just my thoughts. See Stephen Bush, I hate to sound like I'm taking JR10's side on this, but problem is I'm sure the mount changes. I think, to be totally honest, I would rather have the Hullison than the Venom that I have, and mine is the smaller MOA dot. That's just me, though. I like the fact that mine is a top-loading battery, but if I have to take it off the pistol 11 years from now, I can't even guarantee you I'm going to be here in 11 years from now. Just saying. Okay, I should really drink this fine beverage while we chat here. Otherwise, I'm going to be up against the fuck. I'm already coming up against the goddamn wall. Ed, now that's a shot glass. Ed, don't encourage. Don't encourage. It's been so long since I opened it. It's getting warm. Ed, excellent review, E. You done good staying out of the way of the brew babe. Thanks, Ed. Ugh. Rich, alright, I'm back and home now. Just had some hot and spicy beef jerky and it lit me up. Keep that hot stuff up there where it's cold. This has been a pretty good weekend on tearing into the Mark sack. Mark. I think as of right now, I've gotten rid of 4 of the penis peppers. Yeah, they're pretty mild, and 4 of the Scotch bonnets. And I'm not sure what tonight's meal is, but I'm thinking about maybe one of the chocolate Morga brain stains. Maybe chopping another one of those up. Here's the funny thing. Like last night and this morning, Christine made cooked homemade biscuits, put in a layer of scrambled eggs and cheese, and topped it off with like 27 strips of bacon. Yes. And then I covered that in Scotch bonnets, put the top bun on, and even though afterwards, yeah, I had a couple sips of my coffee to try to drown out the building heat, but it wasn't nearly as bad as when you deal with the Reaper. So about an hour and a half later, it was like my stomach was sending secret little codes that the next time you take a shit, there's going to be a sense of urgency. So do not hesitate. From the time you think you have to poo to when you're pooing is going to be based in a very small number. Rich again. This one doesn't sound like a very good drinker, but at least it's wet. Another fine review, brother. Cheers, my friend. Thanks, Rich. Mr. Holster, a minute 4. Something indeed is wrong in the universe. Now I'm just doing it to piss you off. Mr. Holster, 55th, sorry. Mr. Holster, plain devil's advocate, the government agency that arrested the alleged killer of the gal could have the wrong criminal. Yes. You are innocent until proven guilty in this country. That being said, fools and their money should be parted, and hanging is too good for that individual who killed the gal. No, Mr. Holster, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. In our society, and it pains me to say this, but I would rather know that 1,000 guilty people were let go than one innocent person is either incarcerated or dead because of their crime. And knowing, you are, as far as I'm concerned, you are, once you're law enforcement, you are always in law enforcement. You are never retired. I respect the fact of your credentials, and I'm sure you feel the same way that I do. It hurts to think that you might have to let that many guilty people go, but we should never, ever have an innocent person charged for a crime or executed for a crime they didn't commit. So yes, we need to know that this person is innocent, but it still goes back to the implied. I haven't seen anything where this guy is maybe guilty of it. So I haven't gone to check. I haven't gotten an update from JR10. But if there's a fucking dollar in that account, it's especially when we are doing everything that we do for Justin, trying to stop veteran suicide. And here we are right now, once again, we are standing at the fucking finish line We need less than, I think it's less than $600 right now to do the next giveaway. And of course I got the CZ sitting here, the Cricket sitting here, and the TriStar sitting here, and the pistols are over there, because once again, I have maxed the capacity of my safe out, and I've got just as many things not in it. But Smile Money, trust me, you can come try to take the shit, but the cloud is my friend, not yours. But someday it'd be nice. I mean, it'd be really cool if you were, had the credentials of the Yankee Marshal, and if I did a video for you, you would bring me one of your gun safes. I don't even need one as heavy and as elaborate as the one that I have now. I'd like to have something that would just, anybody that's been here knows that the one cool thing would be to actually, like J-Dog, he was telling me, I'd give you a number of a guy that come in and put basically a vault door on the opening that goes into your coal room. Yeah, unfortunately, in order to do it right, I would need to move a little bit of plumbing. Anybody that's been here knows that right here is my my outgoing and return line for my boiler system, and that would get in the way of a door sweep. But still all movable. Mr. Holster, I have found that a stock tank filled with cow manure makes a great raised bed to grow food. You don't have to bend over to weed or harvest, and the tank does not decompose. Huh. I might have to look into that. We got a place right over in Superior, like a 7-minute drive from me, called Dan's Feed Bin. Something like that. I mean, maybe when you come, could you bring, I don't know, what is that, about 1,000 pounds of shit with you? Mr. Holster, least not on camera. No, I don't know what comment I meant, but I'll just assume that you're right on that. Mr. Holster, oh, come on, you are such a knife whore. Time to let one go. That's funny, actually, it's funny that you say that, Mr. Holster. I don't know if it's just because I'm having a bad weekend and I'm getting a little pissy, but I went through my desk upstairs, and I brought all of my, well, I don't know if this isn't all of them, but I brought my fixed blade knives down here. Then I went through the other drawer and I grabbed a bunch of these, and I just wanted to get them out of my desk. I don't know what I'm going to fucking do with them yet, but I didn't want them upstairs anymore. But yes, yeah, I would get rid of a knife or two, maybe, just so that I could purchase that stock. Trying to stay true with what I said about not putting anything on a charge card. I want to completely get my ass out of debt. That would be such a game changer, and it would be for, I would say, anybody. But yeah, there's some things in here that I just don't know if I could part with. Off the top of my head, as you guys know, I love the Tops knives. And like, say something like sorry, I'm not going to turn this into a fucking knife thing. Mr. Holster, did you finish that? Yeah, I finished it before I turned the camera off, God. Jolson, yes, it is a little pricey at almost $3 a round, but you get what you pay for. But hell, my hunting ammo costs me more. Okay, Jolson, not only has he been a friend for quite a while, but we've finally had the opportunity to get together and snuggle and reach around. I don't mean to pick on you, but if you see this comment, I figured of all of the people that I know, he is always the one that's even more Smile Money. He doesn't hold his tongue. If he sees something that he fucking calls bullshit on, I hear about it. That's fine, because most of the time he's right, and my ability to try to justify is pretty weak, because his comment is usually more right. I figured when Jolson found out that the T6B 223/556 ammo from Elite Ammunition was almost $3 a round, $125 for 50 of them, that he'd be the one bitching the most. And he comes through with exactly right. It's an expensive round. This ammo is not what you take to the goddamn range. You definitely don't want to shoot your fucking steel targets with it. It is made for personal defense. It is made, you don't know. And I know out there the alphabets would think, oh, this is just cop killer stuff. Oh, contraire. How many fucking bad guys are now wearing bulletproof stuff? You know, I carry a gun on my side. The FN57 is my most carried gun. If you do the math, the time that I am not at work, that I have this gun on my side, and it's the only thing on the bedside stand all night, except for lately the Eagle has been there also. The Eagle's been the house deterrent, Mr. Holster. That ammo is designed for a specific thing, to make sure that you take out the bad guy no matter what they are wearing. $125? Hell yeah, that's pricey. Knowing what I know, what Jay's ammo is capable of, like I said, go watch Eric Petrie's video. The T6B did a through and through on a bulletproof military helmet. Is the only round he shot that day that went in one side and out the other, like the helmet wasn't even there. Now this round's going to do the exact same thing, and it's being pushed by more oomph. You do the math. And Keck? Mezcal. Okay, Mezcal it is. Fucking pain in the ass. How many comments I got left? Holy fuck. This one's going to be in the record books. Never mix your poison. Never mix your poison, Aunt Keck. Yeah, of course there's some things in the collection that I would never get rid of. I think I showed you this, the CRKT that Johnny Watson got me. Look at this thing. Just look at that blade, man. You guys can see you in there. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Wicked sharp. I love everything about this. Even smells like Johnny yet. I'll say, holy shit, I've already lost. But I just remembered I could not take all of them down. There's a couple of them. I really love the Skyline. Oh, that's just a beautiful blade. And I've got my my blade from Eric at Iraq Veteran upstairs yet. Ugh. Amazingly, I'm in a better mood than when this started an hour ago. Kick. Jolson, I guess they had trouble brewing anything worth drinking, hence the name. I think so. As of right now, I have two things left from them. A round Midnight Belgian White. And Red Flag. Yeah, there's a dual name there. Red Flag Amber Ale with honey added. I still got to take a look at those. Actually, there's one of the red flags is missing, because I gave it to Mike during Locked and Loaded. I never asked him what he thought of it. I really don't want to know, because I want to know myself. Bearded CB82. Good way to wake up drinking coffee, but then heard about the GoFundMe deal. Had to stop and look that shit up. Thank fucking God only one I saw was a billboard for the town along 80, 45 minutes east of me, where it happened, with the slogan, "Vote Democrat, no border, no wall, just death for all of you." Anywho, back to the review. 64th or 65th-ish. Bearded CB, my friend. Bearded CB, have you answered this question? When are you going to come on Locked and Loaded? Get with me, motherfucker. Bearded CB again. Breakfast, Drink-a-Palooza, or Beer Fest, Drink-a-Palooza. I'm sure that would be worth 5 road trip. Scotsman better be there. I'm sure he probably would. Mr. Monzo TV. Love Fridays. Cheers. Mr. Monzo. Again, Bearded CB. Stephen Bush. Since you got the Lilac Purple S9 Plus, you should invest in the I Love Cock dick-shaped case that when someone calls you, an industrial quarter-inch horsepower micromotor spins up to 23,000 RPMs, and you will know that someone calls. The hard part will be retrieving the phone from your lower intestine. Truth be known, Stephen Bush, when I purchased the S9 Plus, that's not what I wanted. I specifically asked the person at AT&T when the 9 Note was going to be out. I was told they had no idea. They thought it'd be closer to Christmas. So I got the fucking S9 Plus. Then, like 72 hours later, I get an email saying, would you like to pre-order the Note 9? Yeah, I would rather have the fucking Note 9. If anybody wants a really good deal on the S9 Plus, let me know. And then also kind of an update an hour into the brew review. I purchased the Pelican case for this. The Pelican screensaver, which this is not, is a complete fucking joke and a piece of shit. Since then, I put a piece of HD glass on the front of this. But right now, if it wasn't for a big financial loss, I would switch to the Note 9. Hands down, switch to the Note 9. Actually, after talking more in depth with Samantha, who has the Note 8, I would probably rather have the Note 8 than this one, but it's mine now for at least 10 months. Unless you want to buy it. Stephen Bush, again, oops. Now you're saying that newbies can't be mean to you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's my fucking channel. If I want to say that you can't be mean to me, I'll block your ass and get rid of you. Sorry for what I said about your phone. It's still pretty gay, though. And they make decal skins. Oh, really? A link or it didn't happen. Salty Shellback. Shelby's water bowl is empty. Maybe you could fill it with at least 1 can of beer. Yeah, that would help. Stalker Steve, back. Stalker Steve, I don't want to bring it up again, but it would be worth donating a penny to that fucker's GoFundMe just to write fuck you to all the libtards in the comments. That is not a bad point. Ugh. I mean, Dr. Steve, why do you keep trying pale ale if you don't like it? Question mark. Maybe how much I didn't like the taste of dick in my mouth. I'll be damned if I would try it again. So what are you trying to say, Steve? You know, the other thing, I evidently need to stop. If you wear glasses, which I hope you don't because they fucking suck, they have it set now evidently too close to my face so that my own eyelashes leave a smudge mark right where I look. But Stalker Steve, 69th. I had to come back just for that number. I bet you did. I'm going to go for the I Heart Club, and then we got to get out of here because we are now in record territory. Gunwild, cheers, I Heart Club. Cheers, Gunwild. I got a video up, actually, but nobody has seen it because thanks to YouTube, nobody watches the eBomi channel anymore. Here's a sad fact. There's more of you guys watching this over here than over there. 13,000 subscribers versus 22,000 subscribers? No, you're right, Mr. My stupid point. At least you guys are here. Love you guys. Crazy Scotsman, I Heart Club fuckers, whiskey. Fuck it. Jolson, I Heart Club, whiskey. Real Cobra Burnout, boom. So, yeah. No. Maybe. Sure, why not? Let's do a little rye. I don't know why, but this bottle has a better sound. John Solar? Boom is right. Man, this is really so we got Real Cobra Burnout with Boom. Looks like the last documented. It's good that he's documented. The last documented comment comes from Ankek. Here we go again. Mr. Holster, yes, I finished it. 25 fluid ounces of Hurricane High Gravity. Maybe this should be a tribute for the people in Hawaii. 8.1%, and I finished it, so I'm gonna give it a 1. Okay, and I'm gonna leave on an eagle note. We've got Daddy. And we've got Baby. Cheers, guys.